Discover the enchanting charm of Denmark, a nation where timeless traditions meet modern wonders. Join us on a captivating journey to uncover hidden stories and unforgettable experiences that make this Nordic gem truly remarkable. Casual dating culture in Denmark. Casual dating in Denmark reflects the country's broader commitment to equality and individual freedom. Relationships often begin with low-pressure encounters like meeting for coffee, sharing a beer at a cozy bar, or taking a bike ride through the city. There is little emphasis on grand gestures or formal rituals. Instead, people tend to value authenticity and a natural flow of conversation. It's common for both partners to share expenses, and no one assumes that one person should take the lead. This relaxed approach sets a tone where mutual respect and comfort matter more than traditional courting. Communication is refreshingly direct. Danish culture prizes honesty, so playful banter and genuine opinions are welcome. Rather than sweeping someone off their feet with over-the-top compliments, being yourself is the key. Because dating often starts as a simple social activity, relationships can evolve gradually. Many Danes prefer to get to know each other over time before attaching labels or making long-term commitments. This slower pace means that both people have space to decide what they truly want without external pressure. Personal independence remains central even as feelings deepen. Friends, hobbies, and family remain important parts of daily life, and partners are expected to respect each other's need for privacy and individual pursuits. Whether it's cycling across Copenhagen or enjoying a quiet evening of hygge, shared experiences are valued, but so is maintaining one's own routine. This balance of togetherness and autonomy gives Danish dating a distinctive rhythm, calm, confident, and free of unnecessary expectations. Denmark, the happiest people on earth. Walk through the streets of Denmark, and you'll notice something remarkable. Smiles that feel genuine, communities that feel connected, and a sense of contentment woven into everyday life. It's no coincidence that Denmark consistently ranks as one of the world's happiest countries. This happiness isn't measured by fleeting emotions, but by deep-rooted satisfaction and trust in society. From parents who feel secure raising children to workers who enjoy both fair pay and time off, happiness here is a way of life, not a luxury. A key ingredient is equality. Denmark has one of the smallest wealth gaps in the world, and people believe in fairness across all walks of life. Gender equality, access to education, and universal health care ensure that no one is left behind. This foundation of social trust means Danes rely not only on government institutions, but also on each other. Neighbors help neighbors, and the system ensures safety nets that reduce stress, creating a culture where people feel secure and valued. Work-life balance is another cornerstone. With an average 37-hour work week, flexible schedules, and 5 weeks of paid vacation, Danes prioritize time for family, hobbies, and relaxation. This balance feeds into the Danish concept of hygge, finding joy in simple, cozy moments like sharing a meal or lighting candles on a winter night. Together, these elements transform Denmark from just another country into a blueprint for happiness that the rest of the world admires. Copenhagen's bicycle heaven. In Copenhagen, bicycles aren't just a mode of transport. They're a way of life. Over 60% of residents commute to work or school on 2 wheels, turning the city into a living, breathing bicycle paradise. Dedicated bike lanes crisscross the urban landscape, often wider than car lanes, and bridges like the famous Cykelslängen, cycle snake, are built exclusively for cyclists. The result is a city where the hum of tires on pavement often drowns out the roar of engines, creating cleaner air and calmer streets. This cycling culture is more than convenience. It's part of Copenhagen's identity, Parents bike with children in cargo bikes, students zip past traffic, and even professionals in suits pedal to meetings. With cycling lanes lit at night, green wave traffic lights synchronized for bikes, and parking hubs that hold thousands of bicycles, the infrastructure is designed to make biking safer and faster than driving. It's not unusual to see bike traffic jams during rush hour, a sight that would bewilder car-dependent cities elsewhere. The benefits are enormous. Cycling reduces carbon emissions, keeps people fit, and fosters a sense of community as riders greet each other along the way. The city invests heavily in keeping it this way, with plans to make cycling even more accessible. In Copenhagen, the bicycle isn't just transport, it's freedom, health, and sustainability rolled into one, proving that a city designed for bikes is a city designed for people. Denmark, Lego's birthplace. In a small Danish town called Billund, a simple wooden toy workshop gave birth to one of the most iconic inventions of the 20th century, Lego. In 1932, Ole Kirk Christiansen began crafting wooden toys, and by 1949, he introduced the plastic interlocking bricks that would change playtime forever. The name Lego comes from the Danish phrase "leg god," meaning play well, a fitting motto for a toy that encourages imagination, problem-solving, and endless creativity. Today, Lego is more than just a toy. It's a cultural phenomenon embraced by children and adults around the globe. Billund still proudly carries Lego's legacy, with the spectacular Lego House Museum at its heart. Known as the home of the brick, it's an architectural wonder built from giant Lego-like blocks, offering hands-on experiences where visitors can design, build, and play. From a gallery of stunning Lego creations to zones dedicated to creativity, logic, and storytelling, the museum isn't just for kids. It's a celebration of human imagination. Families travel from across the world to Billund, making it a pilgrimage site for fans of the brick. Lego's influence stretches beyond toys. It has inspired video games, movies, theme parks, and even education, where bricks are used as learning tools in classrooms. From teaching teamwork to sparking innovation, Lego continues to live up to its name, helping people of all ages play well. Denmark's gift to the world reminds us that even the simplest bricks can build the grandest dreams. The oldest monarchy in Europe, Denmark's royal family holds a special place in history as the keepers of Europe's oldest continuous monarchy, stretching back more than 1,000 years. Its roots trace to King Gorm the Old, who reigned in the 10th century and established the foundations of Danish royal tradition. Since then, generation after generation of monarchs has carried the lineage forward without interruption, making Denmark's monarchy not just a political institution, but a living symbol of national identity and heritage. The monarchy has evolved dramatically over the centuries. What began as an absolute rule has transformed into a constitutional monarchy, where the royal family serves as a unifying figure rather than a governing authority. Today, Queen Margrethe II, beloved for her artistic flair and approachable nature, embodies both tradition and modernity. Her reign connects Denmark's Viking past with its present as a progressive, democratic nation. The monarchy's continuity through wars, upheavals, and shifting times is a testament to its adaptability and deep cultural significance. Beyond politics, the Danish monarchy plays an important social and cultural role. Royal castles like Amalienborg in Copenhagen and Kronborg, famed as Shakespeare's Elsinore, draw visitors from across the world, offering a glimpse into regal life and history. Ceremonies, traditions, and public appearances keep the monarchy deeply woven into everyday Danish life. This enduring institution is more than history. It's a bridge between Denmark's storied past and its hopeful future, sustaining pride and unity for the nation. Denmark, renewable energy superpower. Denmark has become a global role model in renewable energy, with nearly half of its electricity generated from wind power alone. This small Scandinavian nation harnesses the strength of the North Sea winds with thousands of turbines, both onshore and offshore, creating a skyline where spinning blades are as iconic as church steeples. What makes Denmark stand out is not just its commitment to clean energy, but the way it has woven sustainability into everyday life, from household choices to national policy. The country's renewable energy journey is decades in the making. In the 1970s, Denmark relied heavily on imported oil, but the global energy crisis pushed it to rethink its dependence. Investment in wind technology soon followed, and today, Danish companies like Vestas and Ørsted are world leaders in the industry. Offshore wind farms, such as Horns Rev and Anholt, power hundreds of thousands of homes and showcase how innovation and foresight can transform an entire energy landscape. Denmark's ambitions don't stop here. The government has pledged to make the nation carbon neutral by 2050, with wind power at the heart of that vision. Plans for energy islands in the North Sea, massive hubs of wind turbines connected to multiple countries, highlight how Denmark aims not only to power itself sustainably, but to export green energy across Europe. This bold vision cements Denmark's place as a renewable energy superpower, proving that small nations can lead the world in big ways. Denmark, a kingdom without mountains. Denmark may be a kingdom, but it is one without mountains. Its highest natural point, Møllehøj, rises only 170 meters above sea level, barely a hill compared to Europe's towering peaks. This gentle landscape gives Denmark a unique charm, defined not by rugged mountains, but by rolling fields, sandy coastlines, and wide skies that stretch endlessly across the horizon. The flatness makes the country incredibly accessible, encouraging walking, cycling, and open-air exploration without the strain of steep climbs. Yet, the absence of mountains hasn't made Denmark any less captivating. Instead of alpine adventures, visitors are drawn to its picturesque countryside, dotted with windmills, lakes, and charming villages. The terrain allows for a strong biking culture, with paths that wind through farmland and along coasts, making every journey scenic. Denmark's geography also means the sea is never far away, creating a landscape where beaches, islands, and harbors define the rhythm of daily life more than towering peaks ever could. Møllehøj, along with nearby Ejerbavnehøj and Udingskovhøj, often competes for the title of Denmark's highest point, though all remain modest in height. Still, these spots hold cultural significance, marked with monuments and surrounded by scenic trails. What Denmark lacks in dramatic elevation, it makes up for with its human scale and natural beauty. Here, the kingdom's charm lies in harmony with the land, a gentle reminder that greatness isn't always measured in height, but in how people live joyfully within their landscape. Hans Christian Andersen's fairy tales. Hans Christian Andersen, born in the charming city of Odense, is one of the world's most beloved storytellers. His fairy tales, like The Ugly Duckling, The Little Mermaid, and The Snow Queen, have enchanted generations and crossed cultural boundaries, carrying timeless lessons about hope, kindness, and transformation. What makes Andersen's stories remarkable is their blend of simplicity and depth. Tales that children adore, yet adults continue to revisit for their wisdom and emotional power. Odense, Andersen's birthplace, celebrates his legacy at every turn. Visitors can walk the cobbled streets where he once dreamed up magical characters, explore the Hans Christian Andersen Museum, and step into immersive exhibits that bring his stories to life. From handwritten manuscripts to interactive installations, the city pays homage to the boy who grew up poor but went on to shape world literature. It is here that the fairy tale truly begins, with his journey from humble beginnings to international fame. Andersen's influence extends far beyond Denmark. His stories have been translated into over 125 languages, inspiring operas, ballets, films, and even Disney adaptations that continue to spark wonder. Yet, at their heart, his tales remain deeply human, weaving beauty from themes of love, loss, and perseverance. To experience Andersen is to be reminded that fairy tales are not just for children. They are for anyone who dares to dream, believe in transformation, and find magic in the ordinary. No jail sentences for life. In Denmark, prison is not designed to punish but to prepare inmates for a return to society. Unlike many countries where life sentences mean endless years behind bars, Denmark does not impose life imprisonment without parole. Instead, the justice system emphasizes rehabilitation, education, and personal responsibility. The goal is not to isolate offenders forever, but to reintegrate them as productive members of the community, reflecting the Danish belief in second chances. Danish prisons are often described as some of the most humane in the world. Inmates have private rooms that resemble small apartments more than cells, complete with TVs, desks, and even access to kitchens where they can cook their own meals. Facilities often include workshops, libraries, and outdoor areas, allowing prisoners to learn trades, pursue studies, and maintain a sense of normalcy. The philosophy is simple. Treating people with dignity reduces the likelihood of reoffending once they are released. This approach has garnered global attention, with places like Halden Prison in Norway adopting similar models inspired by Denmark. Critics argue it may appear too lenient, but statistics show that countries with rehabilitation-focused prisons often have much lower recidivism rates than those with harsher systems. By focusing on reform rather than lifelong punishment, Denmark demonstrates that true justice is not only about protecting society, but also about transforming lives, one inmate at a time. New Nordic Cuisine Revolution. The rise of new Nordic cuisine has transformed Denmark into a global culinary powerhouse, with Copenhagen at its heart. At the center of this revolution is Noma, a restaurant that has been crowned the world's best multiple times. Led by chef René Redzepi, Noma redefined fine dining by showcasing hyper-local ingredients, foraged herbs, and inventive presentations that connect food to the natural landscapes of Scandinavia. It wasn't just about eating, it was about experiencing the spirit of the Nordic environment on a plate. The philosophy behind New Nordic cuisine is rooted in purity, simplicity, and seasonality. Instead of importing exotic ingredients, chefs focus on what can be sustainably sourced from nearby farms, forests, and coastlines. Traditional techniques like pickling, fermenting, and smoking are given new creative twists, producing dishes that are both familiar and daringly modern. This movement didn't stay in Copenhagen. It spread across the world, influencing chefs from New York to Tokyo, all eager to replicate the balance of innovation and authenticity that defines the Nordic approach. For travelers, dining in Denmark has become more than a meal. It's a cultural experience. From Michelin-starred restaurants to cozy local bistros, the new Nordic ethos can be tasted everywhere, making food tourism one of Denmark's greatest draws. What began as an experimental idea in a small Copenhagen kitchen has now reshaped global gastronomy, proving that even the humblest ingredients, treated with care and creativity, can spark a worldwide revolution. Tivoli Gardens magic in Denmark. Tivoli Gardens isn't just an amusement park. It's a living fairy tale in the heart of Copenhagen. Opened in 1843, it is one of the oldest amusement parks in the world. Yet it has managed to keep its charm timeless. Strolling through its gates feels like stepping into another world, where colorful pavilions, lush gardens, and sparkling lights create a magical atmosphere that captures both children and adults alike. It's no wonder Walt Disney himself visited Tivoli before creating Disneyland, drawing inspiration from its enchanting blend of wonder and imagination. What sets Tivoli apart is its unique balance of tradition and innovation. Classic rides like the wooden roller coaster from 1914 still thrill visitors, while modern attractions add excitement for new generations. In the evenings, Tivoli transforms into a glowing dreamscape, with concerts, light shows, and fireworks painting the night sky. Whether you're riding a carousel, enjoying a performance at the open-air stage, or simply wandering the flower-filled paths, the park feels alive with history and joy. Beyond the rides and lights, Tivoli Gardens embodies the Danish art of hygge, creating coziness and happiness in shared experiences. Families gather for seasonal festivals, couples stroll hand in hand through lantern-lit walkways, and travelers leave with memories of something uniquely Danish. Tivoli isn't just an amusement park, it's a cultural treasure that continues to inspire awe nearly 2 centuries after it first opened its magical gates. No wild, dangerous animals in Denmark. Denmark is one of the safest places in Europe when it comes to wildlife encounters, and that's because the country has no wild, dangerous animals lurking in its forests or countryside. Unlike other parts of the world where bears, wolves, or venomous snakes are a concern, Denmark's natural landscapes are surprisingly gentle. The wild animals you'll most likely spot are deer, foxes, and hares, creatures that add charm to the countryside but pose no real threat to people. This peaceful coexistence makes Denmark an ideal destination for families, hikers, and nature lovers who want to explore the outdoors without fear. This absence of dangerous predators isn't accidental. It's tied to Denmark's geography and history. The flat terrain and dense human settlement meant large predators disappeared centuries ago, leaving behind an ecosystem where smaller wildlife thrives. While rewilding projects in other parts of Europe are bringing wolves and bears back, Denmark has chosen a path that keeps its wilderness tranquil. For many, this enhances the sense of safety and accessibility, making even remote walks through fields and forests feel relaxing rather than risky. The result is a country where people and nature coexist with ease. Children can play in the woods without worry, and outdoor enthusiasts can camp under the stars without fear of unexpected animal encounters. Instead of danger, Denmark's landscapes offer beauty, calmness, and a deep connection to nature. Proof that the wild doesn't always have to be threatening to be wonderful. Denmark, a land of castles. Denmark may be a modern nation leading in design and innovation, but it is also a land where fairy tales come alive through its castles and palaces. With over 600 scattered across the country, each one tells a story of kings, queens, and centuries of royal history. From moated fortresses guarding the countryside to opulent palaces at the heart of cities, these architectural treasures reveal Denmark's rich past while adding a magical charm to its landscapes. One of the most iconic is Kronborg Castle in Helsingør, immortalized as Elsinore in Shakespeare's Hamlet. Its towering walls and seaside setting capture both drama and grandeur. Then there's Rosenborg Castle in Copenhagen, a Renaissance jewel surrounded by beautiful gardens, housing the Danish crown jewels. Beyond the famous ones, visitors can stumble upon countless lesser-known castles hidden in villages or tucked away in rolling fields, each with its own legends, ghost stories, and royal secrets waiting to be discovered. Today, many of these castles are more than just historical relics. Some serve as museums showcasing Denmark's royal heritage, while others remain active residences of the Danish monarchy. A few have even been transformed into luxury hotels, giving visitors the chance to live like royalty, if only for a night. Together, they weave an enchanting narrative of Denmark as not just the happiest country on earth, but also one where history and fairy tale romance are etched into its very landscape. Christmas traditions. In Denmark, with rice pudding. Christmas in Denmark is a season steeped in cozy traditions, and at the heart of it sits a bowl of creamy rice pudding known as risalamande. This sweet dish, made with rice, milk, whipped cream, almonds, and cherry sauce, is not just a dessert. It's a cherished part of the holiday festivities. Families gather around the table on Christmas Eve, savoring the rich, comforting flavors while sharing laughter, warmth, and anticipation for what comes next. What makes risalamande truly special is the hidden almond game. Before serving, one whole almond is mixed into the pudding, and the person who finds it wins a small prize. The fun lies in keeping the discovery a secret, as diners pretend not to notice the almond in their spoon, prolonging the suspense and adding playful mischief to the meal. This tradition is a beloved reminder that Christmas in Denmark is not just about feasting, but also about togetherness and joy. Beyond the almond hunt, the dish carries a deeper cultural meaning. Rice was once a luxury in Denmark, and making rice pudding symbolized abundance and celebration. Today, it has become a staple of Danish hygge, creating a warm, cozy atmosphere that defines the nation's way of celebrating. Whether served in a grand family gathering or a quiet evening by candlelight, risalamande is more than just dessert. It is a sweet embodiment of Danish Christmas spirit, where tradition, laughter, and love blend in every spoonful. Islands with no cars. Denmark is home to several enchanting islands where the hum of engines is replaced by the gentle sound of bicycles and footsteps. Islands like Ærø and Samsø have embraced car-free living, creating peaceful havens that feel worlds apart from the bustle of city life. Visitors and locals alike enjoy the serenity of winding cobblestone streets, quaint harbors, and scenic coastal paths without worrying about traffic or pollution. This approach not only preserves the island's natural beauty, but also enhances the sense of community among residents. Life on these car-free islands encourages a slower, more intentional pace. Cycling, walking, or using small electric carts are the primary ways to get around, allowing people to fully absorb the stunning landscapes and charming villages. Cafes, local markets, and artisan shops are often just a short stroll away, making everyday life feel simple yet fulfilling. Families, couples, and solo travelers can enjoy clean air, safe streets, and uninterrupted views of rolling fields, lush gardens, and sparkling seas. Experiences that are increasingly rare in modern urban settings. Beyond the obvious tranquility, the islands also showcase Denmark's commitment to sustainability. By limiting cars, these communities reduce emissions and protect delicate ecosystems, all while promoting eco-friendly tourism. Visitors leave with more than memories. They take home a glimpse of how peaceful, mindful living can be. Ærø and Samsø serve as living examples of how prioritizing people over vehicles can transform ordinary landscapes into extraordinary retreats. Thanks for joining us on this journey through Denmark's hidden charm. If you enjoyed exploring with us, like the video, Subscribe for more travel documentaries and share it with fellow adventure seekers.